A chapter is a month-long co-living, co-working adventure with other digital nomads, remote professionals, entrepreneurs, creatives. And you said that there were roughly 20 people. Can you explain to me how chapters work and why we settled on this quite intentional group size?
Yeah. So there are 20 people working together, living side by side. Typically, we try to find a place that's either one big home, maybe a hotel takeover, something where we're all under one roof. If not, then we'll usually be 5 to 10 minutes away from each other in these apartments that might have, 4, 5, 6 people in them. The point is that it'll feel like you're dropped into a neighborhood or dropped into a home in a new city with your neighborhood community already completely set up, right, from day one. And the reason for the number, we realized that, well, if it's too small, then you might feel like, I'm not going to meet that many people. Or whenever I want to do a specific activity, there might only be 1 or 2 other people that are in for it. Whereas when it's a little bigger, there's always going to be a group of people that are down to do whatever it is that you want to do. If you want to do early morning hikes, there'll be people. If you want to do workouts with somebody, if you want to go swimming in the afternoon, if you want to go play volleyball on the beach, if you want to literally anything that you want to do, there will be somebody there that'll want to do that with you. However, there's a moment where it is too many people. There's a moment where that sense of community can start to break down and become cliquey if it's too big. Before Wi-Fi Tribe, I was running this other company or kind of experimenting with it. And we did these 2 trips to Ibiza with a group of people. First time we were 25 people. The second time we were 40 people. The first time, super connected. And on the second trip, it was all kind of a little bit more cliquey, broken down into these smaller bubbles of 3, 4, 5 people here or there. That's when I realized that there is this ideal size for a community when you're in this kind of format, in this kind of chapter, month-long trip together format. And yeah, since the very beginning, that's what we've kept. So we'll go up to typically about 25 people will usually be the max on a chapter. And the chapters will usually be more than 16 people, usually around 18 people kind of starting size.
That's very clear. I think it's very clear how the intentional group size, based on the story you told about your experience in Ibiza, ensures that the fabric of the community remains strong. So that's chapters. There are many ways in which members self-organize and connect around the world. And I know that we've got hubs, we've got ambassadors in those hubs, and we have these incredible global sub-communities that are oriented around interest points. Can you talk to me a little bit about those 3 things and why they're valuable to Wi-Fi Tribe members?
Yeah, so I want to focus on 2 of these, the hubs, the city hubs, and these interest groups, because the third piece, the ambassadors, are really a piece of the first one. The city hubs are just places, pockets of community in cities that are a little more popular with our group of people. So it's places where we just naturally end up convening. And so in those cities, take London as an example, you will have people who are either almost permanently based out of there and they might travel just a few weeks or a few months a year. You might have people who have a partial base there, so maybe they're there for half of the year, or you might have people who are just visiting, just traveling through and are getting plugged into that hub. And you'll have one person there who is an ambassador. The ambassador is a member like anybody else, but they've taken on that role of being somebody who kind of just welcomes everybody in their own local city and pulls everything together, maybe makes a few things happen, just make sure that community is buzzing there, right? So if you ever wanted to visit London, all you had to do was just drop a message on Slack. We have this hub channel specifically for those hubs for London and say, hey guys, I'm arriving in 2 days. Is anybody around? I'd love to meet, right? And then you'll have the ambassador or maybe other members say, yeah, we're meeting up for dinner on the weekend. Join us here. We're going to go to this place. And then we're going to go out to the park, have a picnic over there if you want to, right? So there's this way for you to just have this instant community wherever it is that you go in the world. And the cool part of it is that either you will already know people in that hub because maybe you've done different trips or you've met these people around the world, so you'll already feel at home with them. Or even if you don't, everybody that you meet there, you will probably be just 1 degree of separation away from them because you'll know another member who you'll have met somewhere else who kind of connects the 2 of you. So there's this feeling of you're always semi-connected to this community. It always feels very close, right? Let's hop over to the other thing. You were asking about these interest groups. Those are kind of the opposite from our hubs. if you think about it, because they're not geographical, they are online, so anywhere in the world, and it's more about an interest. Like, for example, I want to start a business, right? I want to start a podcast. I want to write a book. I want to get into international real estate investment. And there's all of these different dreams like that that people have, or things that they're working on, things that they're excited about, interested in, that if only they could be on that journey with other people, it would be easier, it would be more fun, you would learn faster, and you would unlock more opportunities. And that's exactly what these kind of interest groups are about. It basically becomes sub-communities within the bigger Wi-Fi Tribe community that form around specific interests. So a really cool example, one of my favorites, is these two tribers organized an interest group around AI learning and AI upskilling. It became the most popular interest group in Wi-Fi Tribe. So we've got 700 active members. Of those, about 180 people joined that interest group, and many of them were on the regular calls together to just basically go through a journey of just upskilling and understanding as much as possible about AI. It makes sense. It's a hot topic right now, but it gives you an example of how whatever interest is out there, whatever way we can think of where we can support each other, we can grow and learn together, or just something that we want to pursue together, it's something that you can throw out there and create an interest group, an interest sub-community around.
And crucially, there's one thing that I would add to that, which is that in both of the two environments you described, the city hubs and the global sub-communities, the interest-oriented sub-communities, there's the opportunity to be on the cutting edge of what's going on in that space, to have that inside scoop, because generally the people who lead those interest-oriented sub-communities are rapidly upskilling themselves or are already experts in those spaces. And the ambassadors who look after those city hubs are really integrated into what there is to do in that place. For example, in Cape Town, our Cape Town ambassador, Lisa Robin, has built this incredible wiki that's in everything you need to know about Cape Town, like a starter guide to Cape Town, and it's incredibly valuable. It's the kind of information that would take you hours on Google to find, or you would be wrestling with ChatGPT for quite a while, and she's gone and put this incredible resource together. And there are other ambassadors around the world who have that kind of information available to them and would be more than willing to help you get plugged in wherever you are in the world.